In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Christ is risen. Christos anesti. Beloved children, in today's Gospel, we see our Lord Jesus Christ traveling from Judea to Galilee, from the provinces of Judea, going to the province of Galilee, and he had to go through the province of Samaria. And in this province, there was a city, Sychar, and in this city or this town, there was a well where the women of the town would go early in the morning to draw water, to have for washing and for cooking. And then in the evening, again, the women of the town will go to the town well to draw water, to bring it home, and to have water for the washing of the evening after the work of the day. Of course, when they were going to draw water, that was also a social event for the women of the town. All the women, early in the morning, would go with their jars to the well to draw water, and of course, by the well, they would talk about their lives, about what was going on in their town. But we see this woman in today's Gospel going to draw water at the 6th hour. St. John the Evangelist says in his Gospel, and he is sure to specify the time of the day. The 6th hour was not 6 a.m., the 6th hour was noon. In those times, they were counting the hours in a different way. The first hour was 6 a.m., the third hour was 9 a.m., and the 6th hour was noon. This is why the Lord was tired, and usually because of the water of a well, you know that in Palestine it is a very hot part of the world, so it is kind of dry, but trees go close to rivers or close to water wells. So most likely there was a tree nearby by the well where the Lord was resting at the shadow of a tree by the well. And this woman, who did not come in the morning to draw water, and she would not go in the evening to draw water, she comes at noon to draw water. Why that? Why didn't she go with the other women of the town in the morning or in the evening, or both? I think she was avoiding them. She was avoiding the other women of the town because she was living with a man who was not her husband. And she had 5 husbands before. And the other women of the town were talking about this and about her life situation. And she wanted to avoid that, the gossip of the other women of the town. Their gossip threw her into isolation, into loneliness, into leave me alone. This also happens in the lives of many children nowadays. You know that many children suffer with sadness, depression, and sometimes, some children, at a very young age, they don't want to have to do anything with anybody anymore. And sometimes this is so because of the gossip of the other children, because of the bullying of the other children, because the other children are rude and rough to them. Especially nowadays, this morning and evening socializing is much bigger than the socializing of a town in Samaria. In the old days, if somebody made a mistake, if somebody's life was not going well for whatever reason, only the people of that town knew about it. Nowadays, because of the social media, if somebody makes a mistake, the whole world finds out about it. If somebody posts on social media somebody else's mistake, hundreds of thousands of people find out about that. This is why people nowadays are so ashamed when they make a mistake, and they fall into such deep sadness and depression and loneliness because they know that they made a mistake, and they know that a friend on Facebook or some other types of social media posted their mistake for everybody to see. What would you think of somebody if you see that somebody has stumbled and fell, and the people around him or her, around this person who stumbled and fell, instead of jumping and helping that person to get up, they are jumping on him or her and punching him or her to the ground? What would you think of such people? But this is what we do to those who stumble and make a mistake in life, and instead of jumping to lift them up, we jump on them to take pictures and to make comments on social media of their mistake. And of course, such people don't want to have anything to do with anybody anymore, because they've been hurt, deeply hurt by humans, by people who were supposed to be their friends. Therefore, please be very, very careful what you post on social media and how you react. If somebody makes a mistake, don't post that mistake on social media, because I can guarantee to you that one day you will make a mistake. Nobody is perfect. All of us make mistakes. And if we keep promoting this culture of posting other people's mistakes on social media, when our turn will come to make a mistake, because we promoted this culture, what goes around comes around. And the people, our friends, will post our mistake on social media. You are Christians. You are called to be the light of the world. You are called to make a change, to change the culture. Let us work together with each other and with God, with our Lord Jesus Christ, who talked to this woman and made her from the shame of the town the light of the town. In the tradition of the church, this woman is known as Fotini. Her name is known in the life of the church as Saint Fotini, because she became an apostle of Christ. You know that Fotini means light. She became, from being ashamed, being in darkness, she became the light of her town. Why? Because one person, our Lord Jesus Christ, didn't blame her, didn't accuse her, didn't point his finger to her mistake, but he talked to her, and he discovered a deep spirituality within her. a deep interest for a good, uplifted life, and she became an apostle of Christ in her town. Let us be like Christ. Let us reveal the light of the people, not the darkness, and thus we become children of light. Amen. God bless you. Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit.